Hey, it's Jahara. Welcome back to my channel, to the Witchy Reader. So I'm going to be talking about what I plan to read in April. And it's indie April, so I'm pretty much mostly going to be reading indie books. There are a few books I know I need to read, but I don't know if I'll be able to because I'm making a priority for indie books. So I'll get to these if I don't end up finishing the indie books. Um, so yeah, but um, well, there's one book that I'll probably read pretty soon in the month because I just got it on Libby. I've had it on hold for months, so I didn't want to wait any longer. So I went ahead and accepted it, so I'll probably be reading it sometime this week. And that is the oh crap, what's it called? The name slipping my mind is the Rapunzel Twisted Tale. The Tangled Twisted Tale. I've been waiting for that book forever. It's the last of the Twisted Tales I am really excited to read, I should say, because I've been saying I'm going to read this, but I'm kind of losing my drive to read it because I'm not the biggest Little Mermaid fan, and so I don't know why I even got it. Same with I think I already said this in a previous video, but the Sleeping Beauty one I have. I only got that because I like Maleficent as a villain, but I'm not a huge fan of Sleeping Beauty. I like Aurora in the live action Maleficent, but um, I'm not the biggest Little Mermaid fan, so I don't know why I even got this book. I didn't. There's so many Twisted Tale books that I didn't buy and don't plan on reading because I'm not a huge fan of the fairy tale. So why bother? So I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't dislike this as much as I dislike other fairy tales, so I thought I would give it a try, but now I don't know if I really want to, so maybe I'll just send it to a friend. Um, but yeah, uh, the last of the twist tales I'm really excited for is the Tangled one. So yeah, because I've been trying to finish those forever, the ones that I want to read at least. I have a reading vlog going on for them that's been going on for months, trying to, and I really wanted to read this one, but it's been taking forever to get here. But now it's here, so I'll definitely be reading that next month because I kind of have to. It's a library book, but I also need to read books 2 and 3 of The School for Good and Evil because I read book 1 at last month. So I need to read books 2 and 3. I don't own books 4, 5, or 6, but so I don't know if I will because, like I said, I'm making a priority for indie books. I saw I'll mention the books that I do want to read. I just don't know if I'll be able to this month because I have like 7 indie books I'm gonna read. So, and some of them are kind of on the thicker side. So it really depends on how much reading time I have and how much of a reading drive I have to if I end up reading these because I do want to. Don't get me wrong. I rated the book 1 4 stars. What was that? I have no idea. But yeah. So it all depends on how much I read. Cause like I said, the thing I care about most is reading the indie books I have. Cause I have 7 of them I have not read. But there are only 3 different series. So um, so the only indie book I know for sure I'm going to read is the Tangled Twisted Tale because I have the library book on Libby, and so that's kind of a priority. But the other books are just a maybe if I can get to them. Um, so it's one of the first books I plan to read because it's more on the smaller side, it's middle grade, but I am excited for it. Is Squeak. It's book 1 of the the Asher Chronicles. Book 2 is not out yet. The author actually sent this to me, which was really sweet. She even wrote a note in it. To Johar, thank you for the support. Squeak on. So thank you, D.A. Power. That's the author. If I don't think I mentioned that. But it says 10-year-old Celeste Asher is as shy, quirky, and awkward as they come. After her mother remarries and moves her away from her friends, she finds herself alone and targeted by local bullies known as the Beastly Trio. If that isn't bad enough, her new stepfather is her fifth-grade teacher. One day, using courage she didn't know she had, Celeste rescues a mouse from being tortured by the same bullies who torment her. Her unexpected bravery is the spark that causes her fellow students to take a second look at the quiet new girl. Her awkwardness is multiplied by an unusual new friend and newly discovered ability, both of which she has no multiple. She has no choice but to keep secret. The coming of age tale set in 1984 is about a young girl who, with help from a special little friend, learns to stand up for herself, develop confidence, make friends, and bond with her stepfather. So yeah, it sounds like a cute little nice read. So I'm excited for this. Um, so next is books one and two in uh the Ritual of the Court trilogy. Book three is not out yet. Um, but I actually got books one and two uh sent to me by the author as well. I've met so many amazing authors through Twitter. Joining Twitter was really a game changer. I'm so glad I did that. That was when was that? 2020 or 2021? Feels like forever ago at this point. But yeah, I've met so many amazing great authors, all which included all which I'm mentioning in this video for the books I'm reading. And this I can't speak today. These books are by Katarina King, and she's amazing, just like the A Power. And yeah, so and these books are about witches. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with witches. I have Wiccan things around my room, um, and I just witches are my favorite thing in media and books. It's what I usually write about in my own books. So yeah, witches are everything for me. Which in my birthday book haul, I showed a different cover for Malediction because I had my best friend gave me book one for my birthday, but Katerina told me that she was republishing it with a new cover and asked me if I wanted her to send it to me. And I was like, sure. And when I got it, she ended up sending me book two too as well, and I was not expecting that. She even sent me a little note. Thank you for being amazing surprise. And I just want to say how much I appreciate you and like all your continued support for my books, but also me. So as an added thank you, here's book two. I hope you enjoy both Scarlet's and Hunter's stories. So thank you so much. You're all so amazing. Um, but yeah, like I said, witches are pretty much what I live for, besides bears, because as I mentioned in my wrap up, I'm also very obsessed with bears, but I'm very obsessed with witches. Most of my favorite TV shows, my favorite books, all have to do with witches for the most part. Don't get me wrong, there's some that are I consider favorites that don't. I mean, Secrets is one of my favorite books, and that definitely is not about witches. But I love witches so much, so I'm so excited for this. I just know I'm going to love it. Um, so book one is called Malediction. It says she'll survive. Scarlet Petrova already lost everything once when her stability was ripped away and her voice of reason disappeared in the night, and now it's happening all over again. Her blood runs deep with ancient power built by witches of old, but Scarlet finds herself powerless when her estranged uncle demands she live with him. It turns out, however, that the joke's on him when she finds a deeper connection to her roots and important traces of family history that furthers her magic and connection to herself, or burn everything in her flames. So sounds interesting. Book 2 says, the only way to survive is to face death. Cursed with visions of the future, Hunter has learned to fear his abilities, and when one vision came to fruition, I can't speak today, fruition, years ago, and his dad was given a life sentence, he didn't know what else to do but run. He ran far and fast, hating his gift and everything associated with it, and he hasn't looked back. But now he learns that not every vision is as it seems. Emboldened by his new need to understand himself more, he begins to embrace the magic he turned his back on, so he can face the beginning of the end, or the end of his beginning, and let everything go up in smoke. So yeah, I like the little puns. Because fire, and then it says, or burn everything in flames, and this one has smoke, and it says, or and let everything go up in smoke. I like the little puns. But this one's called Castigate. But yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I cannot wait to read this. So I'll let you all know what I think about both of these in my indie reading vlog and probably in my wrap up for April as well. But I have four more books I'm going to talk about, all in the same series. This series is going to be 5 books, I believe. But book 5 is not out yet. So you guys might remember from my reading and writing the vlog live sprints I do with a few people, Robin, Tiffany, and Tabby. Tabby hasn't been in them in a few months because she just had a baby, so she's been too busy, but she does plan to rejoin us once she's able. which is great because we miss her. But I've been wanting to read her books for a while. This is probably one of the longest indie books on my TBR that I've had on my TBR for a while. Um, I bought books and wanted to a while ago before my house fire. So I've been meaning to get to them, but like I said, life became trash for like months. so, but then for my birthday, my mom bought me books 3 and 4. So now I have all of her books except for the fifth one, which is not yet published. So yay! I am so excited to finally read these because I've been waiting to do so for so long. Um, so book it's called the series is called The Warriors of Bria. Book one is called The Lost King. It says Lauren Strauss's life is a web of mysteries. Her father is dead. Her mother's past is a fiercely guarded secret. She hardly knows anything about the strange dreams and headaches which have plagued her since birth. On the day of her college graduation, she thinks she may start to get some answers, but when a violent attack rocks downtown Chicago, Lauren's life is thrown into chaos. Her mother arms her with a mysterious amulet, and Lauren is thrust into a strange new world. She soon realizes that the truth about her family is more than she could than she ever could have imagined. Lost in a land beyond her wildest dreams and hunted by a bloodthirsty cult, Lauren must discover the truth about herself and with it embrace a destiny she didn't know she had. Book 2 is called The Master of Nights. Says Lauren Strauss has faced a treacherous enemy and lived to tell the tale. Though still recovering from that harrowing experience, she's getting used to her new life in another world. Just as she begins to accept what has happened, strange events take root at the Brehon Palace. If she does not help, her closest friend and new way of life are in danger. Val Daplin grapples with his birthright. He never asked for it, yet to neglect his duties to bring the downfall of a kingdom. When he discovers odd behavior in the palace staff, he knows that if he does nothing to fix the situation, chaos is the outcome. His only hope is to help Lauren find the Master of Night, a woman as elusive and mysterious as her name. Can they find her before it's too late? Lauren and Val are in a race against time, but what is coming, they have no idea. As they uncover the truth, they discover a secret deeper and more extraordinary than they had ever imagined. So yeah, that's book 2. Book 3 is called The God of Forgotten Things. I like this cover. Um, I like all the covers. My favorite is probably either this one or the fourth one. Um, a family broken, a kingdom fractured. The fate of Bria hangs in the balance, tipping ever closer to danger. I cannot read today. Lauren has ended up somewhere she least expected, and it is exactly what she doesn't need right now. Separated from her friends and father, she must get back to them if she has any hope of protecting them from a goddess bent on turning Bria to ashes. But in order to do so, she must face one of the hardest choices she will ever have to make. The Dolan family has shattered. Each sibling faces their own trials, fighting to reunite and stand together in dire circumstances. Though blood binds them together, fate has torn them apart. Alone and isolated, they are desperate for anything to aid them. Can they find what they need within themselves? Home is far away. Time is running out. The stakes are high, and there is no one to trust. Lauren and her companions are caught in a deadly game of chess. Pawns of godlike beings who seem to care little for the affairs of humans, and every move is bringing them closer to checkmate. If you were desperate enough, would you trust a cursed god, the god of forgotten things? That is book 3, and then this is book 4, The Hidden Goddess. The enemy has played their hand, and now chaos reigns. Though separated by worlds and kingdoms, Lauren Strauss and her companions have a united goal: take down Astrid and her villainous cohort. New allies are found, secrets are revealed, and most of all, deep bonds are formed, even amidst the shadow of destruction looming over an entire world. But it will be, but it will be enough. Will it be enough? Don't. I'm tired. Don't. But will it be enough to stop an ancient goddess bent on doing whatever it takes to raise an empire from the ashes? It is easy to give and to despair, but hope remains, however small. Lauren and her friends must either place all their meager hope in cursing rumors or a hidden goddess, or they must rely solely on themselves to defeat a great and powerful evil. So yeah, I'm excited for these, and for book 5 whenever that is published. Uh, so yeah, I hope to get to all these indie books because I'm so excited for each and every one of them. Some of them I've been meaning to read forever, and some of them are new to my TBR, but I'm just as equally excited for them. So yeah, I cannot wait for any of these, and I just know I'm going to love them. And yeah, so I definitely highly recommend all these. I've not read them yet, but they all sound amazing. So yes, definitely check them out. So please like and subscribe. And don't forget, there will be a, if you want to hear more about them, you can look out for my wrap up at the beginning of next month, or my reading vlog also at the beginning of next month. That will be about indie books. So yeah, anyways, please like, subscribe, and comment what you hope to read in April, and tell me if you want to read any of these, if you have, how you feel about them, and I will chat with you guys below in the comments. Until next time.